Your salary increased, your life did not. 62% of high earners cannot survive 30 days without a paycheck. Not low earners, not average earners, the highest paid group. If your income increased in the last 2 years, this number includes you. The logic felt airtight. You were not saving before because the margin did not exist. The problem was income, not behavior. Once the margin appeared, saving would follow automatically. That is exactly what a financially literate person concludes. It tracks, it is internally consistent. It is also what every high earner who never accumulated anything told themselves in the decade before they realized the margin had been disappearing the entire time. The data does not support the conclusion. Researchers tracking savings rates across income groups have documented this for decades. Top income brackets do not reliably save more than those earning significantly less. More income, same 1-month exposure, same gap. The margin appeared, the saving did not follow. Something else was processing the account. Default bias, passive spending architecture. Your salary clears, the number appears. Before you form a preference, the subscriptions renew, the rent processes, the lifestyle continues. You did not spend it, the architecture did. Your only job was not to interrupt it, and you were occupied. Saving is an active decision, spending is the absence of one. The brain does not wait for conscious preference. Habit circuits encoded over months execute spending patterns automatically. The prefrontal cortex, the part that does financial planning, is downstream. By the time it registers the income, the architecture has already routed it. This is not a discipline failure. This is not a knowledge gap. This is the default state of money when no system interrupts it. When income increases, the default is not savings. The default is absorption. Lifestyle expands to fill available space, not by choice, by the absence of interference. A person earning half your salary with 6 months saved has more financial agency than you do right now. Not because they are more disciplined, because their architecture has fewer claims on their future. A modeled projection based on documented savings patterns shows the following. High earners who do not interrupt this cycle lose the compounding equivalent of 18 to 24 months of total expenses across a 5-year window, not through bad decisions, through no decision. The mechanism does not require your failure. It only requires your absence. Default bias does not stay static. It builds infrastructure. Subscriptions auto-renew at premium tiers. Services that required cancellation last year now require active downgrade. The lifestyle built at a lower income level costs more each year to sustain. Not because prices increased, because the architecture added maintenance costs. You thought the problem was one bad route. The actual problem is that the routing error constructed infrastructure. And that infrastructure bills you monthly like subscriptions you forgot existed for decisions made 2 years ago. The gap is not a delay, it is a structure. Structures do not collapse from awareness, they require interference. This channel documents these mechanisms. If this analysis is useful, the subscribe button ensures the next mechanism reaches you before the system does. The mechanism has 4 points of weakness. Each is a window. Each window is time-limited. Interference point 1, the 48-hour transfer. The mechanism is weakest in the 48 hours after income changes. In that window, no subscription has claimed the new income. No lifestyle upgrade has absorbed it. The architecture has a gap. Open a separate account. Transfer a fixed amount before the routing begins. Not a budget, not a plan, one transfer within 48 hours. The mechanism cannot reclaim what it never processed. Interference point 2, the annual audit. Once per year, cancel every recurring charge manually.
Not to eliminate them, to force the architecture to require a decision before reinstating each one. Some return, some do not. The mechanism loses whatever it was running without your awareness. Interference point 3, the 90-day gateway rule. Apartment upgrades, car leases, premium tier changes. These are not recurring costs, they are architectural commitments. Each one sets a new spending floor that default bias will then defend automatically. Delay every gateway decision by 90 days. Not willpower, a calendar entry. The mechanism cannot execute a lifestyle upgrade on a scheduled review date. It operates in the absence of friction, not against a deadline. Interference point 4, the sequencing inversion. Residual saving feeds the architecture directly. Fixed first saving removes the raw material the mechanism requires. The savings account receives its allocation before lifestyle can process the income. Not because of discipline, because the mechanism cannot spend what is not available. Your salary increased, your life did not. That was default bias, routing your income before you formed a thought. 6 in 10 high earners, 1 month of runway. A system they never selected, running on permanent default. You now know the architecture that produced that number, and you know the 4 windows where it is structurally vulnerable. The next income change opens the first window. The architecture will route it in 48 hours. The transfer takes 2 minutes. The next video documents a different mechanism, the one that explains why your brain reads a rising account balance as progress even when your savings rate is falling. This video is for educational purposes only.